Hey y'all, Quabila Jones here, host of the Q Spot podcast. Make sure to be intentional with your words, your thoughts, and your actions. And please subscribe, like, follow, share, and hit the notification bell. Hey y'all, QB here, host of the Q Spot podcast. Welcome to a special live edition with my very special guest, Mr. CJ Dudley. How are you doing, sir?
I'm all right. I'm all right. How are you doing?
All right, so excuse us if we seem to have some technical difficulties. Life happens when you go live.
Yes, yes.
But we're gonna make it through this. So I want to
Telling you, the
first.
internet don't want me to be great sometimes.
Oh goodness, so we just lost him for a moment. Y'all, please stand by. He will be back. But I will tell you a little bit more about Mr. CJ. He is a musician, a spoken word artist. He's an author and an entrepreneur. And so I came across his
Okay.
um I came across him by way of social media. Y'all know I'm the queen of questions and I be nosily minding my business and I be in other folks' business in the social media streets. But I found a video of him doing spoken word to a group of young people. I'm like, okay. So then I had to be nosy and look at some of my posts. And like then I saw him singing and he has a book, he has other stuff. And so I'm not going to give it all away. I want him to tell you more about him. So let's talk though about, because the title of this show is The Mentality of a Hustler. And I know people say, okay, you sound so proper. You don't even say it right, but whatever. Uh, so tell us about how you came up with the business name Hustler Mentality.
Um, First of all, let me just start by saying for anybody watching, I'm looking down a lot. I'm just listening just because I'm trying to hear. Again, technical difficulties. And second, thank you so much for having me. This is like the first time anybody's asked me to do something on their platform
Oh, wow.
besides
Okay.
perform, like sit and talk. So this is awesome. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Hustle mentality. How did I come up with that? I think that the word hustler gets a bad rap a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times. Um, and essentially all it means is I'm gonna do what I need to do to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. And that's kind of been my life. So when I really started to take doing clothing seriously, a lot of people were saying, "Well, what's your niche? Like, what are you trying to say with your clothing?" And I was like, I don't know. I'm just a hustler at heart, and I like stylish things and you work hard and all these things came together. So I was like, I'm a hustler. Let's just call it hustler mentality because that's my thought process. And
Okay.
that's kind of how I step into everything I attach, every project that I attack. I go into it with the mindset of I'm going to get this done.
Okay.
So that's just kind of where it built from.
Okay. That's awesome. All right. So we got the background of how you came up with your name brand. So let's talk about who you are, CJ. Like, give us a little bit, where you grew up, what,
Mhm.
life was kind of like, and what led you to where you are. You don't have to share all the dirty details or, every
Now,
single thing, but just
well, no,
let's
that's I'm an author. That's what books are for. The details.
yes.
um, so about me, so I was born and raised in Seattle. Okay, I gotta be technical, because people be sensitive. I was born in Renton,
Okay.
Washington, uh, but I was raised in Seattle. Church boy, that's where I grew up, singing in church in our groups that or a group that I had. Um, and that just kind of was my life up until I got out of school, and then I was never a fan of school.
Okay.
So once school was about to come to an end, reality hit. Like, oh well, what you doing? And I was like, oh, I don't know. So I just started figuring it out. I did some nonprofit work. Uh, Moved across the country when I was 19, on my own. That was a little scary, but that I think was the stepping point for me when I realized that I could just go and do what I wanted. I
Okay.
think that was the first time I realized you can do whatever you want. You just got to figure it out.
Okay.
So I and then I moved back. I did end up going to college. Didn't enjoy it, but I did it. Whatever.
What did you study?
I am not. I studied business and music. I am not an advocate. I'm an advocate for college when you need that education to do a specific job. But for a lot of us that are just out there trying to figure it out, yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna harp on that. um, but it was really around 2007. So I graduated high school in 2004. It was really around 2007 with the passing of my grandfather, who was a jazz musician. Uh, I don't say famous, but he was known.
Okay.
But with the passing of him, I think that is what kickstarted my creativity. Because up to that point, I was an adult. I was just kind of blowing in the wind, living life, early 20s. Actually, yeah, early 20s. And once he had passed, I had a flood of emotions about a bunch of things, and that started my writing. I
Wow.
had written songs before, but that just started this huge flood. And that's where I wrote my first album, and I released it about a year after he passed.
Wow.
So then from there, I just kept doing music. Yeah. And as I get older, now in my mid 30s, I have learned new avenues and new ways to express.
Oh, sorry, y'all. Again, it's those technical difficulties. But we're gonna get through this. Okay. Okay, we're back.
We back?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's
you're
that's that's my bad, y'all. That's my bad. I ain't gonna lie, I'm on the hot spot. It's a lot going on. But I found different ways to creatively express myself, which I'm very thankful for because I love to write, but venturing in different directions just kind of opened up a creative box that was in my head that I didn't know how to, but just kind of keep plucking away, and all of a sudden things just started. So now I'm kind of all over the place with my creativity, which I absolutely love.
that's
So
awesome.
that's kind of where I'm at.
All right, so let's talk about okay. My first experience, of course, was hearing you speak or hearing you perform your spoken word. So I know you said your grandfather was a musician, jazz specifically, and
Yeah.
what would you say really pushed you in the direction of poetry slash spoken word, and then into music? Was it
Yeah. Yeah. So it's funny, the poetry, I had never poetry was not on my radar.
okay?
I was a singer and a musician, and I excuse me, I like rap, and I like to write rap, and I like to rap, but I never felt like I had the voice of a rapper.
Okay.
Um, so I don't do it publicly much, but I love to do it. But with poetry, it was never on the table. It wasn't until the summer of 2016. Um,
Alrighty.
good.
Okay.
Am
I
I on
tell
here
you
twice?
what.
Oh,
How about we go over to Instagram Live?
okay.
All right, there. So for those of you that are watching, I apologize, because Facebook and YouTube will just not let us be great today. And so we're gonna switch over to Instagram Live. Head on
Okay.
over to the Q spot like right now, and we'll go live in just a few moments. So stay tuned. You might hear a little
Sorry,
bit.
y'all.
So look, it's technology. It's 2022. We don't know. It just everything's happening. So
Telling you, man,
again,
we
y'all,
tripping over here. Okay.
apologize.
All right.
We're gonna head over to Instagram, the Q
Instagram.
Spot podcast. We'll be right there.